That's right, it's Nick Dutch back on the camera again one more time. It's great, of course, to be here as always. It's always good to talk to you people, okay? It's great. So carry on, rating, commenting, sharing, and carry on staying subscribed and encourage other people to be subscribed and all the rest of that. It's cool. Anyway, it's that time of day, okay? It's late. I'm about to go to bed, so it's very relevant for me to do this one particular video on the subject of dream interpretations. If you send me through a request, I won't always do it because some requests are a bit far out or not relevant, so I don't think I should be talking about them at the moment or whatever. But sometimes I can just slip it in, just slip it in. And this particular inquiry says, "Hey there. I was just wondering if you knew anything about dream interpretations, especially the weird type of dream with a lot of different symbolic elements. How would I go about interpreting my own dreams? I'm trying to decode a particular dream I had recently. I don't usually pay attention to them, however this one stuck out to me like a sore thumb because of all the weird symbolism I saw. Any advice or help would be much appreciated." Okay, dreams are weird. They are weird. We always have some kind of dreams. Even on those rare dreamless nights, we have dreams. Okay. A good thing to do is to think about Freud wrote about dreams. Jung wrote about dreams. So the psychologists and psychoanalysts and all the rest of that, they have written a lot about their interpretation of what dream interpretation is about. I personally would err much more on the side of Freud, but not necessarily in its sexual meaning, because I think it was in interpretation of dreams he refers to like the attic of a house. If you dream about the attic of a house, that like literally refers to your head. So if you've got a headache, maybe you'll see like bats flying around in the attic of your house. Psychosomatic hallucinations, like having a dream about something in something, can have some connection to your body. Okay, so if there's something wrong with your body, you may dream of it. Like the lungs can seem like a large cavern or canyon, maybe. Okay, the stomach might be like a cave. Your head could be like the attic of a house or the steeple of a church, for instance. So buildings and the body seems to have some kind of connection. Freud took it a few steps further and referred to dreams in a more sexual way, such as if you had like a dream that there was like a jewel box somewhere, that could refer to either your virginity or your sexuality or indeed your genitalia. Okay, depending upon whether you're a boy, whether you're a girl, what stage of life you're in, and what particular threats are going against this jewel box or whatever, and how that correlates with things happening within your family and social environment, for instance. But there isn't necessarily specific fixed meanings to dreams. I mean, when you're part in a dream world, part in reality, let's say when you're under the influence of some forms of hypnosis or mind-altering substances, do not do drugs. Okay, I do not recommend it, but I did do some drugs in my past history. They were all legal. Okay, so to the most part legal. And there was one time, the day after going to a festival, I was packing up the car, and I opened up the boot of the car, and for a second, I passed into dream and then out of it when I was looking into the boot of the car, and I saw this slime all on the inside of the car, and I realized immediately that was because I was drinking heavily. I've been taking this legal herbal high, and it made me enter into dream at that moment, but also to get a vision of what was happening inside my stomach. I was feeling sick to the stomach because of all the drink and, not looking after myself. So, if you can move into meditation, you can explore your body through symbols that might even be physical representations of something, which is why I developed the hypothesis that cleaning is in fact quite good for you. So psychosomatically, if you go around your house and you clean and you tidy, you make everything nice, nice and tidy, that could well act as a psychological instruction from your mind to work on cleaning and purifying the body. Possibly. That's still very hypothetical, but it's still a possibility for you. If there are characters in the dream think about people you know who have behaved like that. Not just in your immediate environment, as in your family and your friends, but also people who you used to know. Maybe people from your school days or from previous jobs that you were in. And who did that relate to, and what did they mean to you at the time? Were they an authority figure? Were they an unpleasant authority figure? Were they was there something creepy about them, and therefore is this a reference to something else in your current life which is also creepy, or is also authoritarian, or is also whatever? So if you can draw parallels between people's behaviors, the characters you've had in the dreams, and everything else, then that might make some sense. Dreams associated with dark imagery could be just you being unwell. I mean, I came down with a nasty fever at one time, and I had vampire dreams. And I dreamt that I was in some Eastern European country. And, it felt Romanian, for want of a better phrase, with all of the architecture and the statues and, these, time when, the Russian or Soviet Empire was so big and powerful, that sort of like empire full of vampires it was complex, okay? But that was there because I was very ill at the time, and I had a certain form of fever which enabled that particular energy. And I also felt very threatened at the time because of the unpleasant people around me. And so it was a combination between feeling threatened and being ill, the body talking to the mind. And it was just saying, Nick, you got to move away from the bad people, and you got to start looking after your body. Okay, that's essentially the message that was being portrayed by the dream. And then, of course, you go into all the prophetic dreams, and that's another kettle of fish altogether. I mean, you need to work out for yourself what these things mean. Okay? And the more you spend time analysing your own dreams, I mean, I've been doing this stuff for decades now, okay? It basically is decades. I mean, I'm 30 to 37, 38 this year, which is obviously getting on a bit, almost in a Zimmer frame time, you know what I mean? Just around the corner. I'm very old, yes. Kind of thing, that's... Ugh. I know I've already got the teeth for it. Fuck it. Now, so I've built up a lot of introspective understanding of dreams, but you got to do it introspectively, contemplating deep down inside yourself what this is trying to tell you. If you've got thousands of things happening in the dream, okay, different characters, different colours, or all of a sudden, you're walking down a country road, there's a giant egg there. Oh, hello egg, and then walk down, and then there's, a giant rabbit saying, I'm a giant rabbit, hi, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Rabbit, and just carry on. Then you got to think more about why would there be a rabbit? What else has got something to do with rabbits in your life? Okay, what else has got something to do with anything to do with that particular rabbit? Okay, was that rabbit actually moving or talking like your boss at work did? Okay, and if so, was that actually talking about the way that you experience that character? Was the rabbit threatening, for instance? Or was the rabbit too preoccupied with his crap to care for you, and therefore is that a reference to your boss doesn't care for you? Okay? And then of course, why would it be a rabbit? Well, it could be a rabbit because it's connecting to other things, such as the fact that you were really upset because something bad happened last Easter, as in Easter Bunny, so on and so forth. You get my drift, okay? And what about, then you think back, well, what about the egg? What's that talking about? Well, it's round. Maybe roundness is to do with being hugged. Maybe this is a feeling of just, feeling a bit low at the moment, needing to be hugged. The egg is something that you eat, therefore it's to do with nourishment. Or maybe it's because you personally actually have an allergy to eggs, and the body is saying that, you got to think about eggs in a different way. If it's a food reference, and it can be, because your digestive system seems to affect your mind quite a lot. Well, at least it does, with me. I've discovered. as I've gone through, my life. If there's this discomfort in my digestive system, certain types of dream will be created. But of course, I can work backward from that and try and go into meditation and try and find that discomfort, discomfort thing within that dream or within that vision or within that meditation, and try and soothe it. And in doing so, I can sometimes take a little bit of the pressure off the digestive system. You're with me, okay? It can kind of work two ways. I mean, I don't want to turn around to you and say, oh no, you can heal yourself of all kinds of wonderful things. Let's not think like that, okay? Because then you move on to the idea of what does healing mean, what does curing mean, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's wrong. But I think that the psychosomatic effects, namely body and mind interconnection, can go both ways. Okay, because your mind can receive it, it can come in dream and vision and meditation, and you can also transmit it back. But also your brain is a very weird organ. I mean, my experimentation with mind machines has just shown me that the brain wants to try and receive some kind of balance in terms of brainwave activity. I mean, if you had like a long, hard, stressful day, you will be in the brainwave frequencies of someone who's had a long, hard, stressful day. So you need rest, yes, but you also need something to bring things back into alignment. Okay, bring your brain back into alignment with what it should be in terms of nice peaceful frequencies, okay, the balanced, healthy, healing type frequencies. And sometimes you need extra input to do that with. Or you need to have the discomfort inside your mind recognized to your consciousness somehow. And this is one of the roles, one of the apparent roles, in which dreams seem to come to play. And also the visualizations that appear spontaneously when you're doing meditation, for instance. Okay, these things are often indicative of your brain and your body having some kind of issues. Alright? But there are things which slow down or prevent the clarity of brain and body. I mean, when I was still smoking tobacco, okay, it's like there was extra gunk that developed inside the head. After I'd stopped smoking for a period of time, boom, I suddenly had, much more in the way of clarity of thought, which was interesting. And I didn't get quite as many or of certain types of experiences in meditation that I used to get, but instead I was getting many more. Because the brain was clear, the physical congealed bits of tar and smoke that must have been clogging up, the brain, had been moved away. So there was healing in my head. Or a certain lack of crap in my head, for want of a better phrase, okay? So, your state of physical well-being. So this means in terms of, diet, nutrition, exercise, yogas, and all that fun stuff, okay? And whether you're doing it, whether you're not doing it, whether your posture's okay, because I do have bad posture, okay, and I carry on trying to sort it out. I've been to physiotherapy about that, and that's helped. But I'm still a lazy bastard who likes to slouch. Okay, so I get tension and pressure across my neck and my shoulders, but it's sometimes something which I don't always feel. But instead, in meditation, I can sometimes get a strong visualization, like a bar of wood across the back of the shoulders. Ooh, what's that trying to tell me? Or something in my neck at the back. What's that trying to tell me? I'm not paying attention to the spine and the muscles and all the rest of that, so you need to do the right types of exercise, work upon the posture, and then that type of dream and hallucination or dream and vision tends to go or move away. So, how shall I put this? It's sometimes useful to alert yourself to the fact that there might be something wrong with your brain or your body or your mind or the way that you're thinking, through looking at the visualized imagery which appears to you in dreams and meditation. Do not treat this as a diagnostic tool, though, because I don't think that it's right to. But you can treat it as something which allows you to learn more about how your brain and how your body is just dealing with stuff. Okay? You've got to do it by yourself. I mean, if you're someone who's a part of a particular magic or religious cult, such as Wicca or the Golden Dawn, as in, the religious magical lot, not the political lot. You know, if you're part of these symbolical structures, then you may, if you've invested a lot of self-education in the symbols, so for instance, have things become manifest to yourself through the symbology of your faith, so to speak, or your magical system or your religious system. This is one of the reasons why I think that people get visions of, let's say, Mary. You know, staunch Catholics who are seriously at prayer every single day and are immersing themselves in the faith of Christianity may get a Mary experience. Why is that? Has Mary come to them? Well, we don't know, obviously, because there's too many things that we don't know, right? 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 There's too many things that we don't know. But it could be that Mary symbol is basically saying, you know, it's all right. You can have the emotion of love. It's perfectly okay for you to feel loved and to feel looked after. Or maybe you need a bit of extra love in your life. Or, you know, literally have faith. Things are going to start working out okay if you do the next right thing today. That sort of thing. And it could be a part of your mind talking to your conscious awareness through the symbol. Or it could be disquiet in the body coming through to the mind through psychosomatic symbolism. There can be lots, I mean, so many reasons for it. The more you build up your own understanding, the easier it is to work with other people's dream problems. Okay? That's why I am good at dream analysis, because I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it for so many people. I'm good. But you got to know what you're doing. But what it is cannot be educated into you straight away through an 18-minute YouTube video. It can't be. Which is a complete bastard. But that's the way it is. It's not the way it should be, it is the way it is. So, chill out, relax, subscribe, rate, comment, favourite, share, all that kind of jazz, and look forward to the next fascinating installment of the Nick Talking to a Camera show. Yay!